that whole concept of us finding more rare earths and finding out that rare earths are not very rare. A lot of guys finding lithium and finding more pegmatites. And the whole area around that Julimar, Kulin area, that zone, and the line going down south to your Thor project, and I mean, it seems to me that we're moving into an era of mineral exploration for products or in areas that we've never really thought of. I mean, you and I have been around for a long time, and we took decades of doing the same thing, being in the same area. But do you feel like we're moving into a time now where it's actually new areas? The Julimars have popped up over the last 18 months or 12 months, Kulin, things like that. Do you think, and we're finding rare earths, people are chasing rare earths, they're all over the wheat belt now, a lot of companies going through there. Do you think that's a phase that we're moving into, that we're in store for new discoveries in new areas?
Well, look, as I've probably mentioned this in the past. If you get your ground selection right, I'll talk about WA briefly, but you got, just referencing what you just said, the Archean or the Yilgarn Craton goes from the Darling Range just outside of Perth, the edge of Perth, all the way past Kalgoorlie, and it's a massive, block of land, and there's great opportunities. Most people just found it too hard, west of the Southern Cross Belt because of the metamorphic terrain. Grade was much higher, hard to recognise. People had theories, and some of those theories are now decades old. And the discovery like Julimar kind of is proving that wrong. There are projects out there, and that's gone through improved geophysics. There's no doubt about that. Soil, the analysis of different partial leaches, different techniques. And people all of a sudden looking in a much broader sense and analysing the data, which for many years was buried doing nothing. You'd be focused on gold, or some geologists decided to do a whole rock suite of elements, and then all of a sudden you got a whole data set, but people would look at maybe just a few percent or 10% of it and ignore the rest, and that's why people are going back and reviewing that data and coming up with some new targets. And there's been a heap of diamond exploration, for example, in the Yilgarn, people looking for diamonds between the kimberlite pipes. There's been several phases by big companies like CRAs and Rios, etc., and Western Mining, and those data sets. People are mining those data sets to try and get new opportunities or reassaying new techniques. And these sort of modern techniques that have been developed by some by CSIRO and some by companies, larger companies, maybe from internally themselves, and those data sets maybe after time becoming available to the public, and all of a sudden more eyes looking at it, and people trying different things from different angles. And like I said, if you've got the initial ingredients are that the right rocks, the right rock sequence, they've got the right so faulting and generations of discovery, then all of a sudden you've got a pretty good chance that you're going to find something else. And I think we're just might have scratched the surface. Like I said, we've done the low hanging fruit. We're pushing the limits, and all of a sudden we're starting to reveal a whole treasure trove of other opportunities which before weren't available. But obviously, land access is always going to be the challenge as you get to more populated areas, and we're seeing that as well. So sometimes not the entire Yilgarn is available for us to explore for various other reasons, but that sort of makes the exploration a little bit more challenging. But obviously the rewards are sweet as well.